Well, I started off super remedial like anyone on guitar. I'm learning GDC and some basic bar chords and just trying to be able to have some basic building blocks to write songs with. I found my mom's old record collection, so I was listening to a lot of like Jimi Hendrix and well, stuff that I really couldn't play, but I was really influenced by. Songwriting wise, the rhythm and blues soul vein was kind of a nice place to start with writing.
Found a guitar in my dad's attic and I tuned it up by ear. I heard a Metallica song. I believe it was Enter Sandman. I played it. He came out from around the corner. What is that? What are you doing?
I think that's kind of the nature of the music industry, or wanting to figure out a way to do it for a living, is you have to adapt with certain things and kind of maybe find a niche. Sometimes less is more. Like I like teaming up with fewer musicians and just getting real tight.
I'm twisted over you, girl.
My band, again, we've only been together for 2 years and we've seen a lot of stuff happen for us. And again, Shooting for the Stars is obviously one of those pipe dreams, but whenever you have the opportunity to play in front of 450 kids, you write down words on a piece of paper that mean this much to you, and then you turn it into a song with your buddies, it's a worlds apart. It's nuts.
It's changed a lot as far as there's a lot of new venues. It's almost completely different than it was 10, 15 years ago. I think it's both built up the scene and kind of tore it down, kind of changed it a little bit. But I think that ACL and especially South by are big catalysts for, I think, musicians coming to town, seeing Austin, and be like, wow, I could see myself living here and trying to do the music thing.
ACL was built off of local artists in the get-go. So was South by. South by was a whole free event 20 years ago where they would open up the bars and you would have scouts come out and they would find, the next big hit. That was the thing. Now it's a whole bunch of big money and big business kind of thing taking it over. But it still does have that niche of local and DIY.
Those two festivals don't actually affect the local community as much because they don't really get a lot of local acts. It's more national touring stuff and big productions. And so I would think the impact on the local scene maybe isn't quite as drastic as the effect that those festivals have actually had on the entire city and the dynamic of living here in general.
How it is to be in the Austin scene, it's a very finite culture. It's full of great like-minded individuals that appreciate music, that are about music, and that work for music itself.
There's a lot of work in the smaller gigs. If you're willing to keep it pretty chill and play some of these like nicer environments where, funny enough, they hire a lot of music.
All of those places are so rad because it doesn't matter, need be, black, yellow, pink, purple, white. We can all come together and coexist for 30 minutes for this one band.
I honestly started putting myself out there probably before I was even really ready. It's like started getting gigs, started putting together bands off of like Craigslist, and just I try to find the good work, and that keeps me playing, keeps me able to play with great musicians that I can take care of them.
Just coming together and saying, yeah, this is my family too. And they all sing together. They have a sing-song time. It's definitely great. If you fall down, you best believe you're bound to get picked back up no matter what. Just because that's what life's about. Life's beautiful.
The original music scene in Austin greatly needs more support, and it makes a difference when people come out and pay the $5 cover, or buy a couple drinks, or just come and show some love and some support. I'm hoping they'll stay alive and well. I like to stay positive. I think that ultimately Austin's gonna be all right no matter what.
So good, so good.